Well, it's a tech and finance at the same time. We have Nnamdi Ehirim in the house. He is the head of finance, gomoney, and we have a topic we're talking about, understanding your finances in 2024. Nnamdi, it is great to have you. You are welcome.
It's lovely to be here, Mike.
Okay, so who is Nnamdi? What does Nnamdi do as the head of at gomoney? Who is Nnamdi?
Okay, thank you. So, gomoney is a digital banking product. So we provide personal finance solutions to everyday digital natives, right? So if you want to open an account, send money, receive money, everything around managing your personal finance solutions, we are a one-stop shop for that. What I do as head of finance is pretty much just think through the financial strategy of the business. So ensuring we keep the lights on, stay viable, but also ensure our customers can get the optimal financial value from the product.
All right, so who needs gomoney?
I'd say pretty much everyone who has a mobile phone, right? I'd say everyone who has a mobile phone because we're digital only. So if you don't have a mobile phone, you can't access the product. And I would say everyone who has a mobile phone because everyone has personal finance issues, right? And when I say issues, I don't necessarily mean problems.
Okay.
It could be opportunities.
Yeah.
It could also just be making sense of the different aspects of your personal finance related issues, right?
So how does gomoney work with all your other financial institutions like the bank and all of that? How do you incorporate all of that? How does it help one manage or understand their finances?
Okay, for starters, I'd like to say, I mean, we consider ourselves a banking solution in our own right. We have relationships, very solid regulatory relationships with one of the more established legacy banks, which ensures that one, we are regulated by the central bank, and I think that's a very important thing to point out because in this climate where we see a lot of things going bust. We see a lot of fiscal, not necessarily a lot of fiscal, just like irresponsibilities across players. We are well suited under the regulatory umbrella ourselves, and we also take corporate governance seriously. So that's one arm. How do we relate with the other institutions around us? We try to ensure the product works in terms of our interactions. We don't have transaction failures. We don't have any issues around fraud because we ensure we have good synergy with other players in the space. We ensure if there are any issues raised, we can address them based on the relationships we have with other players in the space. And I think it's one large ecosystem, right? It's very symbiotic. Like you provide value and you provide trust to your customers, to other institutions, and you receive it in the same
Give and take
way as well.
Wonderful. So how does how does somebody now understand and manage their finances better? Like we said, this is 2024, it's a digital age.
Yeah.
A lot of things. Now you said everybody, once you have a phone, you can need it. Prior to that time, I mean, I can't remember, I have a checking account. I can't remember when last I ever signed or anything. You had to go to the bank to do a lot of things. But digitalization, especially in the banking sector, I know it's around the world. There's a lot that we do when it comes to interbanking that doesn't even happen even in more developed countries.
Yeah.
So we are in the forefront in that regard. So with all the digitization and all of that, how does one understand and manage their finances in 2024?
Yeah, I think it's very, very interesting times, right? Because like you said, we are setting the tone for innovation in the financial
in finances,
space.
we are.
It's a very interesting time because, I mean, we bring a lot of interesting value. So I mentioned all of the standard features that the product has, but this is very important for people to take advantage of now because there's a lot of financial uncertainty going on, right? And a very key thing at this time is to stay informed and to stay educated, right? And financial literacy is something that we bring to the fore in the sense that, one, we ensure we educate our customers with the content we put out. We ensure we also help our customers make sense of everything that goes on a policy level as well, right? Because that's not necessarily something they teach everybody in school.
Yeah.
That's also necessarily something that you can read in newspaper and like make sense of, right? So we try to keep our customers abreast, and we try to make sure they have the right tools to act accordingly after educating themselves, right? So I think on that front, we provide a lot of value. But I just think in the general climate, right, we need to do a lot of things better. We need to budget and save better. We need to understand our investment options a lot better. We need to be able to avoid debt traps, right? And also when it comes to more niche things like planning for your retirement or planning for specific life goals, you need a solid partner that would be able to hold your hand. And this is, like I said, this is not something that is taught to everybody. And it's like what we're talking about, what you were talking about in the last segment, right? How swimming is a basic life skill, just like walking. I think understanding personal finances is a very basic life skill, right? Being able to access financial freedom is a very basic life skill, and that's what we're here to do.
I know. Now, when a place where people have a lot of fear is losing their money, and that's where security. I don't know if I'll call it financial security, or I don't know what term I'll use here, but securing your finances, as it were, if it's somewhere, how do you come in that regard? How can one stay safe in this place? I mean, people use, with the advent of blockchain, cryptocurrency, and all of that, of course, it's supposed to be very secure, but then we've had cases of even those kind of situations being hacked, and cybersecurity has to come in. How far does one need to know about maybe cybersecurity and all of that when it comes to securing your finances?
I think that's one of the downsides of interesting times, right? So when you say interesting times, it means a lot of brilliant people with interesting ideas come to the fore to innovate, but it also means a lot of bad faith actors pick interest and come to the fore and innovate around this type of things. And as more people move to the digital economy, we see a lot of bad faith actors moving to the digital economy as well. So it's our responsibility as financial institutions, like you said, to ensure our customers are secure, to ensure they also understand how to navigate cybersecurity. I think that's something the regulatory body, the CBN, is taking a very, very solid it's taking very solid steps in that direction, right? We've seen policies around KYC initiatives, ensuring people provide the right and updated information to their financial institutions so they can have the right checks and balances in place. And that's something that we have adopted wholeheartedly. We believe in the direction of these sort of reforms, and again, it's something we've also educated our customers about, right? So we speak to our customers about this type of issues on our platform as well. You don't need to go into a bank. You can sort out your BVN related issues. You can sort out your NIN related issues as well. And there's also just a periodic sensitization, right? I think about a month or two ago, we had this Cybersecurity Week. We had an entire week-long campaign sensitizing our customers on best practices, how to move around with your passwords on different platforms, how to manage your account, how to manage the information you share with people. I like that,
because that's knowledge that is not only for finances, but generally every other thing. It's a digitized world and all of that. And like you mentioned, talking about managing passwords and all of that, that is knowledge that they could use also somewhere else.
So again, it's back to what you were saying, like it's a very, very basic life skill. And it's even more important because we have a lot of us who are relatively younger, more tech savvy, and who can figure these things out on our own. But with the way we're moving to a cashless economy and a more digitized world, there are people in other generations who these things wouldn't come very naturally or very easily to, right? So
that's why we need to sensitize, disseminate information, ensure that people get to know this. Is there any, what's the one-stop shop for people to get in contact with you and all of that? Website or where?
Okay, gomoney.global.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. This was quite enlightening, as it were. I hope people can get in touch with what digitization is all about and, of course, key into this.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you very much, Nnamdi. All right, that's it. Hope you're able to catch one or two things there. Let's head over to the kitchen. MM is right there on standby. MM, what's up? What's happening in the kitchen this morning?